All right, students, now it is time to get funky. Are you ready to get funky? Let's get funky. All right, so another way to look at this, like let's say 3 minus 8. We run into a problem real quick, and that problem is I have 3 and I don't have 8 to take away. Now, if you're tricky and you remember what we did in the last video, you're like, no problem, I'll just do 8 negatives. But I'm one of those guys who really just needs something to cross out. I just gotta cross something out. This is subtraction, so I need to be crossing something out. And what I want to show you is a really important concept, and it's a way that in math we get really tricky. And I'm going to start with something that science is starting to figure out, which is a vacuum. A vacuum, not a vacuum in space is like, just imagine a space within here, enclosed, and within that space is absolutely nothing. It's very hard to find in the universe any plot of three-dimensional space where there is nothing. But what physicists are starting to find out is that anywhere we think we found nothing, what it might actually be is that you have this many parts, whatever, so many parts of positive and so many parts of negative, and that's making nothing. That really has to do with what we're going to talk about here. So I have 3 and I want to take away 8, but I don't have 8 to take away. So I can't, if I just come here and I just make 8, right? Here I go, making 8. I haven't done anything. Like if I take them away, nothing's happened because I'm not taking them away from 3. And I can't just like all of a sudden make this 11. This is 11 now. I can't take it away. But wait, can I still keep it 3? If I think about a vacuum, if I think about the nothingness, wherever we have been able to look at a nothing, it's very possible, probable even, that the nothing it actually consists of equal parts positive and equal parts negative. In the real world, matter and antimatter. So guys, stop for a second and I want you to really realize this. We are really actually only looking at 3. How? Stop and think about it. How are we actually looking at 3? Write your best guess down, or if you don't know, just say, I don't know. All right. In your packet, hopefully you answered that question. Now let me show you. Let me try to illustrate as best as I can. Guys, I have right here a 0 pair, which means I've really added nothing. At the same time, I've added 8 positives right here, and I've added 8 negatives. But I've actually added nothing. What? But guys, look at what's cool about this. How does that help me out? Why would I do that? Oh, sorry. Let me do the 3 minus 8. Why would I add nothing consisting of a certain amount of positives and a certain part of negatives? Here is why, guys. The reason I would do that is because now I do have 8 to take away. Stop and think about that for a second. I have added nothing. I've added nothing. But I still have 8 I can take away. Why? Because I also added 8 negatives. And 8 negatives and 8 positives makes nothing. But I still have 8 I can take away. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take away these 8 right here. Boom. I did it. They gone. So now what I can 0 pair this thing, right? So I'm going to highlight all of this, 0 pair. What's left? -5. So my answer is -5. Whoa. All right, so check out one more model with me, and then we'll do some together. No, one more model after this, and then we'll do some together. Okay, so here we have -6 minus 10. We do not have 10 to scratch off, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a vacuum. I'm going to add nothing, except for this nothing is going to consist of equal parts negative and equal parts positive. And I need 10 positives to take away, right? Take away 10. So let's go grab those. There's my 10 positives, but remember, I'm trying to add 0, and it's not 0 unless I have equal parts negative. So let's get that. And there it is. I'm adding nothing. I'm adding a vacuum, even though I just added all these chips, right? And that's because the yellow chips cancel out the red chips. The positives and negatives all cancel out. And now I do have available 10 things that I can take away. Whoop, I can scratch them out, right? So let's do that. Okay, and there's nothing to zero pair. I just have 10 negatives here and another 6 there. And so my answer is negative 16. Now, I understand some of you just know to throw on 10 negatives right there, but um, this is another approach, and it's going to be more important as you see some tougher questions. All right. So to start off, I have negative 3, and I want to take away negative 10, but I don't have 10 to take away. I've only got negative 3, right? So I'm going to go with the same concept, which is I'm going to add nothing, but that nothing is going to have 10 negatives in it and also 10 positives. And there it is. There it is. So I'm going to take away all this 10 negatives. They're gone. Boop, just like magic. And now I have these 10 guys down here. Let's move them a little closer. And now I can highlight all of this. I can zero pair it, or I can cross out these 3 and then cross out 3 here, however you want. Let's zero pair it. And now what do I have left? I have 5 and 2 more. I have 7 left. So that's not 0 anymore. That's not 0, right? But that is the answer. That's how much is left. Pretty cool, pretty crazy, tricky, and I imagine it might be a little bit frustrating at first, but give it a try. All right, for our next video, we'll do these together.